Speaking of, I have a download for it ongoing in the background. I'm just going to pause that and do it at a later point. What I also want to do is just change the sound because otherwise the game is going to be all mixed up. Voice chat. Where's audio? Sound and display. Here we go. So I'm just going to turn this down just a small bit so you can hear me and the game a little bit better. Now I'm just going to rest at this side of grace because I haven't played this game in a long time. I have the Platinum Trophy for this game, which I got, if I check now, because I'm streaming directly from the PS5 itself, so you won't be able to see this. I got the Platinum Trophy for Elden Ring back on the 10th of March of 2022. So it's been a long time since I've played this game. As you can see, this is what's going on here at the minute. I believe that's the Frenzied Flame ending. So what I may do is I may start a Journey 2 on this file and do a New Game Plus. Because seeing the fact that this game won Game of the Year and seeing all the clips for it again makes me want to play this game like even more. So I should be able to rest here. Now I've forgotten a lot of the controls and stuff like that, so I have the ability to level up. Jeez, I was level 160. I may start putting points into Arcane because that will help with my blood build up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin a Journey 2. So this is a New Game Plus. And I have forgotten a lot of this. If you begin Journey 2, you will not be able to return to the present world of Journey 1. That's fine for the simple fact that this Journey 1 is complete. It's 100%, there's nothing in it. I haven't played a Souls game in a long time. Ooh, is this new? Also, is that Ragadon? The golden dude that you fight before the Elden Beast?
The great Elden Ring was shattered.
Yes.
In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
This game is amazing. It's so good. And what I may do is I may do these Journey 2s kind of in parts.
Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found.
She's kind of what's hanging in the Earth Tree.
Of the Black Knight, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
Damn, man, that knife in his back. There's Rani.
Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of
There's
the Elden.
Marcus, I believe.
The mad taint of their newfound
There's Mog. So these are our shard bearers.
triggered the shattering.
There's Rykard, the dirty bastard.
A war from which no lord arose.
Oh, Malena, no! And Radon in the background, man.
A war leading to abandonment by the greater will.
So this is just a bit of a recap for me. That's why I haven't skipped this yet.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live.
There's me.
Call of long-lost race speaks to us all.
And look at all them bodies.
Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands.
Oh, Horaloo, man, what a pain in the ass of a boss.
The ever brilliant Gold Mask. Fear the deathbed companion,
Dung Eater.
loathsome dung eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Man, I really, really hope that we get Elden Ring DLC in single player format. I know they did the PvP situation. Didn't bother with that. I never played it. No, I was never huge into PvP with the Soul series.
Whom grace would again bless, a tarnished of no renown.
I believe that's me. That is
Cross
me.
the fall to the lands between,
Oh, nice. And it done this with my
to stand
gear
before
on.
the Elden Ring
So other people kind of got resurrected
and
there in
become
line with ourselves.
the Elden Lord.
Now, in this playthrough, I have not decided fully yet if I'm going to do the optional quest line or quests, i.e., Rani's quest line, etc., to get. Can I just remove markers, please? Okay, so we still have the full map, which is great. We do not have any sites of grace, which is fantastic. Now, I'm not sure if I'll need to get like the Ductus medallion fully completed in order to get access to this lift. I'm not sure how this works because this is my first New Game Plus playthrough. Is there a way I can remove beacon? Oh, they call them beacons now. Um, Markers, remove all markers. Yes. Okay, and it still didn't do it. Fantastic. um, right. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the optional quests for the simple fact that I already did that in my original playthrough. Now, if I go to my profile and just check, if I go down here and go to games and I look at Elden Ring, in terms of hours spent or hours played on Elden Ring, why is it not on this list? I've played 60 hours. So it took me 60 hours to platinum this game. One of the main reasons why I was able to get through this game so easily the first time was because of a weapon called the Sword of Night and Flame, which is a legendary armament that you get. Where is it? There it is. So I had the Sword of Night and Flame on plus 10. This weapon was so OP that it got nerfed. So, to my knowledge, blood weapons are kind of what's best at the moment. So, let's have a look here now. Because I have the Scavenger's Blood Curve Sword, which is great. So that will scale with my Strength and Dexterity, which is on C, and my Arcane, which is D. So for this playthrough, I'm going to put some points into Arcane as we go through, and just see how we get on there. Hand of Melena. So we have Melena's weapon. Slash and Pierce. That's what I wanted in my second hand, was the Cold Uji because that had Frost Stomp on it, didn't it? So we have Seppuku, or Seppuku, whatever way you want to pronounce that. Yes, so I want to take both of those off, and I want the Cold Uchigatana in my main hand for the fact that I can do this. And Hoarfrost Stomp, funnily enough, was how I defeated Melena the first time. I have various Elden Ring videos on my channel, which blew up my channel. A few of them have nearly 20,000 views. Let's take a look here and just see, view-wise, how well my Elden Ring videos did nearly 10 months ago. How to Start the Verdan Festival was like 500 views. Millennia Strategy was like 2,000. Commander Nile, 16,000. Somber Ancient Dragon Smith and Stone Location, 16,000. Like, Elden Ring was one of the main reasons why my channel blew up so much. So thank you to all of those that supported us through that journey. So what I'm going to do is just live stream my attempt at Journey 2. And hopefully as we go through the game, we get better at the game as we go through. Now we can jump, etc. Because when I played Elden Ring, I was so happy with this game because it's graphically beautiful. It was a fantastic challenge. It was everything I was looking for in a game because nowadays it's very rare that when a game comes out, you get the full game. Like this game, in my opinion, came out in a very decent release. Now, what I mean by that was minimal bugs, minimal, you know, crashing issues, etc. When I played Elden Ring, I went back through the Souls series and played Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro. I played them all. And I recently just purchased Dark Souls 1 Remastered, which I'm going to play off stream on my own. Let's just take a look here, because I had certain stuff marked on the map that I just want to remove. Um, that's going to piss me off as I play. So this one is somewhere in the direction which I'm looking. That's not it. Remove that, and the direction which I'm looking now is this way. And I've forgotten a lot of this, but I'm hoping that in this playthrough, as I go back through it, that I start to remember all this stuff again. Where is this last marker? I can't see it. It's probably right in front of me. We'll come back to it. Now, there's Marika. With all Souls games, you get that boss at the start that, you know, is kind of a you're supposed to die to this boss type of thing. I'm going to try and kill this one, although it's been a long ass time since I played a Souls game. Okay, he hit me. So we should make fair mints to this guy. Hopefully he runs into that, which he has. Nice. So we make quick work of him. And we get the ornamental straight sword. Perfect. And the golden beast crest shield. Fantastic. So he does not have a sight of grace. Hoarfrost Stomp is very strong. I combined that with the Sword of Night and Flame. If you're unfamiliar what that sword does, I'll show you real quick, and I'll just show you how powerful it was throughout the main course of the game. Now, for some reason it won't let me two-hand it. If I held L2, it done this. It done a laser beam like that, and if I held L2 and pressed R2, it done that. So we had flame and magic damage as well as the melee attack from this, and I had Hoarfrost Stomp in my other hand, which really helped me cruise through the game. So let's just go down here, because you're well capable of having frost and bleed at the same time in this game. I believe they stack, or not stack, but proc at the same time, because the way bleed works is it's a percentage of the enemy's health. Ahmet, welcome back, man. Good to see you again. I've decided in my free time that I'm going to play through Elden Ring, which is one of my favorite games ever. So this is a new game plus journey for me. We just defeated one mini boss, and I actually can't remember how to get to the next section. Oh. That is how we get to the next section. We are supposed to die, from what I remember, and then it spawns us back in a different location. Yep. And if this Elden Ring series gets good support, I will definitely continue to do it. So I may do it in 40-minute parts or so. There's Torrent.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side.
Elden Ring is a really good game, but do you know which game I
I
like?
found him
What do you like, Emmett? What's your
after
favorite?
all.
What was this girl's name again?
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
Also, if you guys are watching this back as a video, because after the stream goes up, it turns into a video. If I'm talking to people, they are people that would have been here, such as Ahmed, during the live section of this. Okay, so I'm just going to skip this. So I can't remember the name of that girl for some reason. We talked about it before. What game do you think is my favorite game? Was it The Last of Us? So I don't believe we get any extra golden seeds in the playthrough. Also, you can go this way and you can drop down here. There's optional kind of boss fights and stuff. Yes, you think the best game is The Last of Us. In my opinion, which you may not agree, although Elden Ring is a very different game, I think it's better. Sites of Grace, that's fine. If we restore our health at a site of grace, it also makes the enemies in the area come back to life. So if you've cleared an area and then you rest at a site of grace, everything you've just cleared will come back. So we can go through here. This is kind of a tutorial area. You can also... So we are making mincemeat of these guys for now, but there will come a point in this game you can do L1 to guard, which doesn't work because I'm two-handed. Dodging, that's fine. Do a backstep like this. There will come a point in this game, in New Game Plus, where I become weak again. Also, this armor set that I have on is the Royal Remains. I cannot remember how I got it. I think it's an optional quest line, but this is kind of a small tutorial area with kind of a mini boss at the end. You were up there, so we're going to dash away. One thing I didn't do in my original playthrough of Elden Ring was get big into crafting. I didn't really craft much things. You gonna hit me? No? Okay, well then. I think that tutorial wanted me to try break his shield. So we can change target like this. How God of War didn't win Game of the Year. Yeah, I'm not sure how close it was. God of War was fantastic. It's a 10 out of 10 game for me. But again, oh, he's gonna hit me. Again, I believe Elden Ring pips the God of War for Game of the Year nomination for me. Skills, okay, that's fine. I thought I was closer to him than I thought. I still have a lot of runes. Okay, so we can crouch up behind enemies and potentially backstab them. Okay, that didn't work. We can also sneak up on this guy. And this is the backstab animation. Never mind, I pressed the wrong button. And I will be pressing the wrong button a lot. There's a little mini boss in here which we should be able to make. Stance breaking. Okay. let's try do that. So we got a crit on him. Now, I'm not sure how poise works in this game, and these are stakes of Marika, so upon dying you'll be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. However, if there's a stake of Marika where you died, you can choose to be revived there instead. So these stakes of Marika are a new system that hasn't been in a Souls game before. Either have sites of grace. Sites of grace are very similar to Dark Souls 3's bonfire system, except we now have stakes of Marika, which allow this game to feel a bit more, to feel smaller than it actually is. Because when you play a Souls game on the scale of this level, now also, like, this map is gigantic, but we also have, how do we view the underneath? We can't view the underneath yet for some reason. Maybe it's because I haven't accessed it. But there is a completely different world underneath this map, such as the Lake of Rot, Schieffer River. What areas? What other areas were in there? I can't remember the names of the other areas. It's been a while. But these stakes of Marika just help the game feel less gigantic in scope and scale. So we crossed the fog wall there. This boss is kind of a joke. It's not even a boss. Like, our power level right now, we are very, very strong. Also, if I take a look. Yeah, so in the top left, how do I get that to come up again? It won't come up. Okay, don't know why it won't come up. But I was trying to get the HUD to appear. For now it's gone. I don't know why. Up the top left there is shards that we can obtain from shard bearers. The first shard bearer in the game, I believe, is Margit, I think. And you can access the individual shard bearer's divine tower to then activate the shard, which will either give you a boost to your stamina, your health, such as Milena's shard basically replicates the rally system that is in Bloodborne, which basically means if you have been hit by an enemy, you have a rally period of a certain few seconds where if you hit them back, you gain health back. So this is one of the big set piece moments of Elden Ring coming up here. I'm also just going to pull up the live stream chat just on a bigger screen here, just so I can see it all, because sometimes on the PlayStation it gets cut off. So 2 seconds, Ahmet, and I will view your comment that way. You played Elden Ring, but you didn't finish it. Okay. What point did you get to in the game? Did you get very far, or? So let's just check here. If we rest at this side of grace, which is where you usually um, put up your shards. Okay, we have no shards, which makes sense because we haven't killed any bosses yet. Also, if you guys are in the stream, such as Ahmet, if you would mind dropping a like, it helps promote the video as well, because one of my main goals for this year is to grow this channel as much as I can. Use a sacred tear. I don't have any, and I have had that split 9 to 4, which is good because I have a certain amount of health that I can use, and I can also replenish my magic flask. So with Hoarfrost Stomp and stuff like that, I can use that quite well. You say my name so well, some can't say the Turkish name. I've heard other people pronounce it. Some people might call you like Ahmet instead of Ahmet, like kind of the. I don't speak Turkish or Arabic or anything like that, but I know that's how you pronounce certain things. I'm wondering, do I have a stone sword key in my inventory? Um, let's take a quick look. I have a rune arc as well, but there's no point in using that because I have no shard activated. I also still have all my summons, so I have my Mimic tier summon. Um, I have a golden seed. I have three. Why? Oh, I need five to get another one. Oh, okay, so we may come across some extra golden seeds. I am not going to use the stone sword key, even if I had one, which I don't think that I do. I have an ancient dragon stone as well. I'm sorry, I'm not good at English either, and contradicting to. You said that's okay, man. I can understand what you're saying to me. Your English is totally fine, bro. Don't worry about that. So we have different map pieces here. Ah, yeah. So the underground area was like Ainsel River, Deeproot Depths, Mogwyn Palace, Sheerfer River, and the Lake of Rot. And we also have loads of consecrated snowfields. We've all this stuff. So my plan for this series is to do kind of, let's say, all the main bosses. I'm not going to open this because down there is a pain in the ass, and I'm not going down there yet. I can't even remember what is down there. Thank you, you good man. No problem. So we're going to go up this lift. There's nothing for us to really pick up off the ground in terms of looting. But for me, when I played Elden Ring for the first time, the door that I'm about to open was such a cool moment. So I'm just gonna not speak. When I seen this for the first time, I was like, wow, that's such a big area. And then you start to explore this game and you realize how big it is and how beautiful it is. Now, I'm not going to fight the tree sentinel yet because I don't have a horse yet. And Torrent was the name of the horse. So we'll touch Grace here. I won't use it yet because there's nothing for me to use. But as you can see, as we've gone through this game, we are now getting these little pieces here. You can teleport to these at any time you want to. And we're just going to speak to this NPC.
Oh, yes. Come to the lands, of course you have. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. You are fated.
So basically what that means there is you are maidenless. That's a little nugget towards having a maiden, I presume, which is a certain ending to this game, which is called Ranni's questline. When you defeat the final boss in Elden Ring, you have multiple choices in which way you want to end the game. You can either become the Elden Lord yourself, you can do Ranni's questline ending and choose Ranni's ending, or you can do what's called the Frenzied Flame ending, in which you burn yourself as the tinder to set the earth tree aflame. It's the Frenzied Flame ending is the kind of psychotic ending to the game, I presume is what you could say. Are you planning to buy the Resident Evil 4 remake? No. I was never big into Resident Evil. I played Resident Evil 7. That's the only one I've ever played. And I'm not a mega fan of that. Now, as you can see here, this side of Grace has kind of a plume of glitter coming off it, which is kind of giving us a hint of where we should go. I'm about to go over to this church area and avoid that. Now, I can't remember. I don't think I have Torrent yet. I think I have to wait to speak to, what was her name? We'll find out soon. But I'm gonna go up through here. To this church and just speak to the individuals here. Because there's a few things we need to access early on in the game, and that's Torrent as well as the Summoning Bell. The Summoning Bell allows you to use your summons. So we'll just pick up what's here. We have Santa Claus here. Pick up item, which is a smithing stone level 1. And whenever you see a merchant, speak to him. Kale. So let's just see what Kale has to offer us. Throwing daggers, telescope. These are if you want to play co-op, you can get them off him. A crafting kit, which I already probably have. I'll buy these books, and we can just have them in your inventory.
Goodbye. Nice to.
Now, I believe if we continue up to the gate front and we go to that site of grace, we will be able to speak with the NPC that I'm concerned with. So I'm going to go forward and do that. Because I don't believe in my inventory that I have the summoning bell or anything like that. Yeah, I don't have it, any of it yet. So I need to pick up key items again. That makes sense. That's only fair. It's part of the story. Cookeries. So right now, I'm quite powerful. I'm 2 hitting these enemies, which ain't too bad. And I'm 4 hitting them with the Cold Uchi Katana, which ain't too bad. Now over here I believe there's one of those dung beetles that we can hit. If you hear this, if you hear that noise, there's usually one of them around. There it is, so here's a red one. Now if you hit it, it'll run away on you, or try to, or attempt to at least. When you kill the red ones, it should refill your health flasks. If you kill the blue ones, it'll refill your FP flasks, so on and so forth. Little rabbits, I believe you can kill them. You can probably pick up whatever, like fur or pelts that they have. Although I can't kill this one for some reason. Now I am going to ignore all the enemies here at the gate front just for now, and I am going to go to this site of grace, which will allow me hopefully to speak to an NPC, which will then give us access to Torrent. And there she is, the individual that found us in the cave.
Traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
Melina. I'm going to skip that.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
The Finger
Yes,
Maidens.
I can play them turning runes into strength.
So now we have a maiden.
To aid you, you need only to the foot of the Erd tree.
Okay,
Then
accept.
summon me. Torrent has treated him with.
So we now have access to Torrent. We can level up, we can pass time, we can do multiple things here. I skipped all that because I've heard it all before, and this game has been out a while, so it's not going to be brand new to people either. Now I have access to Torrent. I need to figure out how I call Torrent again. Ah yes, if I hold down triangle, I can call things. Do you like listening to music? Yeah, absolutely, man. I love music. Let's see here. Memory of Grace. Spectral Steed Whistle. Ah, okay. So it's this one. That's perfect. Now, if we ride back to where we just came from, we should be able to speak with Rani, who gives us a fake name. I think she calls herself Rana instead of Rani. And she should be able to give us the summoning bell. Now, I might be able to do that already. I can't fully recall. How do I get off this fucking thing again? who are some of your favorite artists, Timeth? I love anything rap, like Post Malone, Maroon 5, anything. Let me see. Does it allow me? Okay, I already have it. So my Mimic Tier Summon is just another version of me. So theoretically, I won't have to do anything. My summon should probably just hit him. Yeah, that's OP. And my summon seppuku'd himself as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest at the Church of Ella here real quick. Just pass some time. Now what I'd like to do initially in this first part is make my way up to Margit and fight him and then end the part there. So in order for us to get to Margit the Fellowman, we need to go from this point of grace all the way up to here, Stormville Castle, this type of area. I think the fight with Margit takes place here. Excuse me. So let's go and do that. Just smacked him on the head. And what I'll do in between parts then is a tutorial. Memories, another love mix, very good. Yeah, I love that song, man. Maroon 5 were on my Spotify Wrapped for one of my favorite artists, and that was a bit of a shock to me. Now I can't remember how to get off the horse. What's the quick way to get off the horse? It's not square. What button is it, man? R3, was it? L3. L3, okay. So when we go through here, we'll have a very interesting interaction with this individual up here. As you can see, he is one of the giants. We'll come across these throughout the course of the game, so don't worry. This area can be a bit hectic because there are archers who can hit you from a distance, and there's this guy who jumps down and wants to fight us. So hopefully we can get rid of him real quick. Oof. Oh my god, he is strong. He's nearly dead though. Oh, come on, boy. Okay, he is dead. If you are unfamiliar with Souls games, if you do this roll at the right time and you time that properly, you get things called iframes or invincibility frames. Do your friends compare you to a celebrity? No. So these archers are annoying, and in a Souls game, any enemies that bunch up on you, it's always better for you to fight them in a 1v1 situation. Right, so we have that cleared out. In your initial playthrough of the game, this area will be very treacherous to you, and you may die. Lump of flesh. You may die due to the fact that the giant is there. I have way more health than you would start with. I nearly have 4 times the amount of health that you would start with originally. So if you have torrent and you're going through this area, what I would suggest you do is just run and don't fight any of them. because there's no incentive to do so. You don't get much out of it, other than runes, of course, and stuff like that. But to be fair, you'll end up dying because of the amount of archers that can hit you from distance, as well as the giant that hops down from below is very strong. Whoa. I didn't see the second guy. See what I mean about enemies bunching up on you? They make me look like Robert Pattinson. Do you like Twilight? You a Twilight fan? So let's run up through here and we can explore this next area. So this should give us a golden seed, if it lets me pick it up. Perfect, so we have 4 of those now, so anytime you see one of these trees, no, never, haha. Yeah, I think it's bad too, man, it kind of sucks. Anytime you see one of these trees, you shall get a golden seed. When you get a golden seed, you can use that to increase the amount of flasks that you have. Now, up along here, this area is quite windy and stormy. It's called Stormgate, and there's Stormville Castle. We'll have these dudes up here. If I could hit the wolf, that would be fantastic. Man, okay. I think you deserve more subscribers. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. There's a wolf here as well. Do you know what we're going to do? Do it the old-fashioned way. Wolves are a pain in the ass for a new player because they come in packs. Also, don't be too concerned about using health flasks if you're on your way to a boss or on your way to progressing. It's totally fine to do so. Now, in here, there's a talisman. I'm going to show you how to get that. And then I will end this part and I'll do the next part from there. Otherwise, these parts will get very long. And I don't want them to be too long, because if they get too long, it gets boring for the viewer, not for me. I'd happily do an 8-hour Elden Ring video if I could, if I had the time. So the reason why I want to show you this area is there's also an ever jail, I think is what it's called. Not an ever jail. So if we just sprint past this, we will be able to go through here and into this castle area that we viewed from down here. Now there is enemies in here, and I believe there's 2. That's you taken care of. No one else live on the platform. Good live, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And not a lot of people do stuff live. Oh, he hit me. Oh, he might have killed me there. So I'm just going to heal up. And in this chest you'll get a talisman. The Arrow's Reach talisman, which is very good to help us in the later game. And I say that because there are some soul farms in this game, which I will show you as we go through. And you may wonder, Owen, what is a souls farm? A souls farm is basically something that allows you to do an activity, rest, do an activity, rest, and farm up runes. Runes are your upgrade currency, which are located in the bottom right hand side of the screen. And if there are particular bosses which you are stuck on, a souls farm will help you get to a higher level to match that boss in order for you to put more damage through that boss, so you can basically win. If you go into equipment, you will have sections here. These are your talismans. So I have different ones from when I played through the game. Some of these are legendary talismans. The Ragadon icon, I may change that because I don't have spells anymore. I just have Ashen Moors, which is the Frost Stomp. I had the Golden Scarab, which increases the runes obtained from enemies. I'm going to keep this on because it's going to help me level up, because I'm at such a high level now that I need more runes just to go up one level. The Arrows Reach Talisman, I have that on. I'm going to take it off, but there is a Souls farm in the game which is very good if you have a crossbow or a bow. And you have to shoot quite a distance, so the Arrows Reach Talisman assists with that. So let's just have a look through our talismans here. Restores FP upon defeating enemies. I'm going to throw that on for now instead because that will help our Frost Stamp. Crimson Sea Talisman boosts HP restoration from Crimson Tears. So every time that we use a flask, it gives us a little bit more health. Now the Erdtree's Favor +2 is a very late game legendary talisman which raises our maximum HP, stamina and equipment load. I might put that on just for a while and just see how that helps us, because that talisman gets collected here in the Royal Capital at a certain point in the game. So that's all the way up here. That's a very long way away. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to end this part here and I'm going to continue with extra parts. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Drop a particular comment if you're struggling with anything in this game and I'll be able to help you. As well, I have multiple Elden Ring guides on my channel for certain bosses. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.